Hi, Taurus. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading. This is a general reading for all Taurus. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to all of my subscribers. Welcome to anyone that's new. Let's see what Spirit has for you for love. Let's see what's next in love, what's coming in love, anything about existing relationships. Check out your playlist for twin flame readings or singles readings if you want something more specific. Most of my readings are all timeless, so whenever you come across them, you can listen to them. So welcome, everybody. Let's see what we have. Spirit, please guide my Taurus today. I'm listening for you now. I have mirrored feelings. All right, like a twin flame feeling. Adjustments required. I have deeply in love, a love potion. Okay, and one more of these. I have mixed feelings. Okay, yeah, how many of you are in a relationship where you know this person loves you, you know this person's totally into you, but then there's times that they give you these kind of weird vibes and you're like, I don't know what to think. I don't know why they said that. I don't know why they acted that way. You know, sometimes people are inconsistent with their emotions, and the person they take it out on is the person that they're closest to. But if you're really close to this person, you pick up on their emotions. You know when they're on, you know when they're off, you know when something's going on. So what are these mixed feelings that I'm getting, Spirit? I have a Justice card. I have a Fool. A Queen of Wands. I have a Hanged Man. Now that came into me as I waited for you for a long time. All right. There was something about either, you know, I had searched for you. I waited for you. Maybe they were alone for a long time. Maybe you were alone for a long time. So a little bit of a set in my ways feeling, a little bit of a, I had a routine before you were in my life. And, you know, when you first meet somebody, you spend all your time with that person. And then over time, they kind of miss their routine. They miss what they used to do. And are they pushing you away? Not necessarily. They just miss some of the things that they used to do. Now, this Justice card is coming into me, and I love this card in deck in particular because it has these little nests. So it's almost the sense of, I'm thinking of building a nest with you, whether it's buying a home, sharing a home. It could even be marriage in the future. Like, I'm thinking of a nest with you. So I think that they have every intention to be with you. They're very attracted to you. They definitely want you, but there's a part of them that misses kind of, you know, I don't know, maybe they're reminiscing of like the good old days. You know, I used to get to hang out with the boys. I used to be able to do my own thing. I didn't used to have to report into somebody. You know, all of a sudden they get these resentments. But yeah, I feel trapped. The Eight of Swords, you know, you're not trapping them. They can do those things, but you can't have it both ways. You can't be single and in a relationship at the same time, you know? So when people start to push you away, sometimes it's because they have resentments that they can't have both. And they're realizing that they can't have both, you know, something like that. I have a Seven of Pentacles. I think that we're just going to work on this. That's coming into me along the lines of that adjustment card. Like, you know what? We've got a lot to work on. We're both growing. We're both getting to know each other. We're both discovering, Spirit just said. So it is this feeling of, I want it all. I want it all. I don't want to give up what I had, and I want you at the same time. But unfortunately, something has to give. You know, you can't be selfish. You can't have it all. This person keeps selfies of you guys. That's nice. I have a rendezvous. Maybe it's exciting. Maybe they miss the newness of this connection. Maybe they're missing when you first were together, how exciting it was. And, you know, that they felt like you were totally into them. So there could be a sense of they miss the newness. Afraid to love, afraid to give up. that freedom that they think that they had, that I have this, I don't have to report into anybody is a big one. The other one is I don't want anybody to tell me what to do, right? I don't want to have to explain myself to anybody. I don't want to have to, say I'm going to be home at 6 o'clock at night when I want to go out for a beer after work with my friends. Well, okay, if you want to do that, just call and say that you're going out with friends so that I don't worry about you. It's not that you can't go. It's just that I don't want to worry about you. But some people take it as you're telling me what to do. I have a female runner. Okay. I could have, somebody that doesn't want to feel trapped, is starting to think about it and saying, I liked my freedom before. Hush, hush, keeping something. A distance between the two of you and gossip. All right. So I have to tell you, there's a part of me that feels like this person, I don't know if anything's going on, but I feel like there could be thoughts of, if I were to be with somebody else, it would have to be a big secret. I'd be afraid that somebody would come out and say something. It certainly would create distance between us, but I don't think it's worth it. I think what they're struggling with, to tell you the truth, is giving up their freedom of some kind, giving up their, committing. I mean, they have a fear of commitment. Either they're struggling with that and they're somehow pushing you away. You can't have it both ways, is how it's coming into me right now. They can't be single and in a relationship at the same time. I have a 3 of Wands, so there is the sense of future, thinking ahead. I have a 4 of Cups. I have a 10 of Wands. There's that feeling of it's turning into a routine. It's a burden on me. It's somehow I feel trapped. So if they're feeling trapped, or they're saying things to you like, don't tell me what to do, that's their way of saying I feel trapped. They're a Knight of Swords. They're defensive. They're impulsive. A little bit of an ego coming forward, with this, I have a life. I had a life before you, and I don't need you to tell me what to do. You're not my mother energy. A little bit Taurus. Does it mean that they don't love you? No. It just means that they're trying to have their independence within a relationship, right? So there's always like you and them, and then there's an us. And everybody needs to feel like they still are independent within the relationship. So they're struggling with that a little bit. A 2 of Wands. They've got to make a decision to be all in, all right? They can't keep comparing what they had in the past. Was it better? Like, were they happier when they were single? Probably not. That's why they wanted to start a relationship. But they fantasize about life was better. There's the Sun. Right? It's a new beginning. This is probably a relatively new relationship. The feeling of I gave up something to be with you isn't really fair to you, because you gave up something to be with them also, right? And they have to understand that it takes 2 people to be in a relationship. There's a sacrifice that happens. There's some back and forth that happens. There's a certain level of, flow that has to happen as far as, being flexible for each other. But I have a feeling your person is fantasizing about what their life was like when they were single, and when things get hard in this connection or something comes between you, they immediately go to that fantasy and think, my life was so much easier. But it really wasn't. They were alone. I won't give up. Maybe you won't give up on them. Maybe you're trying to show them that everything can be okay. You are the light when I'm in the dark. Okay. You're my favorite obsession. So they do love to be with you. I have a surprise for you, my love. All right. So that came into me more as I want to keep the surprises going. I want to keep that newness going. I don't want to feel like I want to fantasize about, what it was like to be, single and that I was meeting new people or that I'm even interested in opening that door. You are the one chosen for me. So they do feel like this is bigger than both of you. They do feel like you were put in their life for a reason. So that is really encouraging also. I need some healing. I'm planning a romantic retreat for us. Maybe we just need more time alone together. Maybe they need some time alone. Maybe we go away and they've got some quality alone time and you have some quality alone time, something like that. But it is this feeling of you you can't be single and in a relationship at the same time. And they have to get used to the feeling of that. I am sharing my life with somebody. Spirit said at the bottom of my deck, I want to marry you and share my life with you. So the reality is they really want this, okay? But the little boy in them or the little girl in them is kind of like stomping their feet and saying, yeah, but I don't want to give up everything else I used to do and everything else I had. But what are you gaining? Some people have a really hard time with giving up that independence. I feel so secure with you. So it has nothing to do with they want to be with you. They don't want to be with anybody else. It's always a energy of certainly a change, right? And change is scary. I don't care whether you change jobs or you move or you make new friends. I mean, any kind of change is always uncomfortable. And then you do have to give up some things. It doesn't mean that you can't hang out with your friends, but you're not hanging out with a bunch of other single people anymore. You usually start hanging out with other couples, or you start, making new couple friends. Your circles start to change when you become a couple. You certainly just can't walk in the door at the end of the night and just sit on the couch and watch TV all night and not talk to somebody. And if that's something that you used to love to do, you can't do that when you're in a relationship, so all of those things change. I should be further ahead in my life by now, like sometimes they start to throw resentments on you, like, because I have to spend so much time with you, I can't focus on work, or because I feel like I have to spend time with you, I can't work overtime, so I'm losing out on money. Those things can all be worked on. Those are all excuses. That's that little child saying, I'm not getting what I want. I don't have everything. It's like kind of a little bit of a pity pot feeling. So this person's got to grow up a little bit. I never wanted to hurt you. I'm sorry. Maybe they're saying some things. Maybe they've been putting some distance between the two of you. Some of those things are happening. I want to run my hands all over your soft skin and through your hair. So they're still very attracted to you. I don't think they want to be with anybody else. I think it's just they're having a hard time giving up their independence. I'm sorry if I ever made you question your own worth. You are incredible inside and out. Yeah. So when somebody starts to push you away, or they give you the silent treatment, or they're not as available to you, or they're like, I want to just chill. You go to talk to them and they're like, I just want to chill right now. And they just like push you away. And you're like, well, we have some things that we need to talk about. And they're like, no, I don't want to talk right now. That stuff is hurtful. So if anybody's pushing you away, I just want to make love to you somewhere safe and warm, tell you all my secrets and dreams, and fall asleep in each other's arms. So they love that side of it. When you're single, you don't fall asleep in somebody else's arms, right? When you're single, you wish that you could find somebody that you could fall asleep in each other's arms. So somebody's got to commit. They've got to realize that they have to change. They've got to make some changes for two people to be in a relationship. I have deep wounds from childhood to heal. I know you can help me, but I'm too proud to admit I want or need to be nurtured. There's that feeling of that little child saying, yeah, but I still want it all. I want my freedom. I want my flexibility. I don't want anybody to tell me what to do. I want to come and go as I please. I want to hang out with my friends, or I don't want to give you a curfew or tell you when I'm going to be home or report into you. That's all fine. But if you want those things, then don't be in a relationship, because a relationship requires respect and honor to the other person, and not to have the other person worry, and that to make that other person want to feel like you want to be with them, so this person's got some learning to grow. They've got to grow up a little bit, and I guess part ways. Time to part ways with their single life. Seven of Swords. If you feel like they're holding back on you, whether they're hurting you or not, they could be in their mind thinking about all the things that they could be doing if they weren't in a relationship. If I wasn't with you, I could be doing these things. Well, then go and do it. It's like, go and do it. But they ultimately love you here with this Knight of Cups. Two of Cups, you guys make a great connection. So they're not ready to walk away from this connection. They are just struggling with walking away from being single. It's not that you're telling them what to do, okay? When you say to somebody, what time are you going to be home, or what time should I expect you tonight? It's because when they don't show up and hours go by, you would be looking for them. You would be worried about them, right? So that's what two people who are in a healthy relationship do for each other. Hi, honey, I'm going to the store. I'll be back in an hour. When the person doesn't come back in an hour, you're like, where are you? What, are you okay? Did your car break down? Are you in the hospital? Like, what happened to you, right? So it's because you care about each other. Little bit of stubbornness going on with this Emperor. Little bit of I'm keeping my feelings to myself with how I feel about giving up kind of my freedom or commitment, or what it is that I really think I need right now. They want it both ways. And it's not like they want it both ways to be with another person. They are struggling with giving up their independence, or somehow feeling like if they're in any relationship, and it doesn't even mean you, that somehow they are going to feel trapped. And that is not the case. They're not trapped. Nobody is ever trapped. You can always walk away. We live in a country that you're not held hostage. You can end a marriage and get divorced if you want, for God's sake. So, nobody is ever trapped in a relationship. So, this person loves you. I can't believe how I feel when I'm with you. That's what I want them to focus on. All right. I want them to focus on, it's a really good connection. It's a really good connection. There you go. I promise I will try harder. Please believe me. So it's almost a sense of like, I want you to know that I care about you. I love you. I'm excited to be with you. I'm just struggling with giving up my time, my alone time, or the time I used to have hanging out with the guys or the girls, or that when I got home from work, I could do whatever I wanted, or I used to work out a lot more than I do now. Whatever it is, that's what they're struggling with. I am loyal to you and only you. I like that. I want to feel your soft lips on mine. So again, there's great physical connection here. I've been checking out your social media. They keep tabs on you somehow. You're the best thing that has ever happened to me. That is what I want them to focus on. All right. I don't want them to walk away from the best thing that's ever happened to them because they're reminiscing of their their wonderful, amazing single life. Well, you know what happens is the further we get away from that single life, we remember the best parts about it, right? We remember the things that we want to remember. But what we don't remember is the things like I was lonely every night and I was envious of people who were happy, or I didn't have somebody in my life to share my day with. You know, that part we don't remember, but we remember things like nobody's bothering me and I can do whatever I want. That's what we remember, you know, so something's going on like that. I am grateful for you. You know, it's almost like I feel guilty even, you know, talking about it because they are grateful for you. You make me feel like the luckiest person in the world. Okay. And you will forever be my always. I like that. So they are trying to move in the direction. I can't wait to fall asleep in your arms. So you can't, when you're single and you're not with anybody, you're not falling asleep in somebody's arms. And I love you so much. So I love that. You know, I don't know, you know, this person's just struggling a little bit with, I want my cake and eat it too, but they can't. They can't have it both ways. So I think they're just learning to get used to the idea that there's expectations in a relationship that a healthy adult relationship has to have. And that is what they're struggling with, you know, some kind of boundaries or responsibilities or just expectations for each other. So I think you're going to be okay. I think there's a lot of love here. I think we just need to keep talking, let them, you know that they're not trapped. They can do the things that they used to like to do, you know, give them some space to, you know, do those things. And I think that over a period of time, the more you get to know each other, you guys will understand, you know, who needs space and when and why, and still be together. You know, again, it's you, them, and then there's an us, right? So you can figure all of those things out. So let's ask Spirit to continue to guide you. I think you guys are fine. I think this person just has a little growing up to do. That's okay. We all do, right? I want to thank Spirit for this reading today. If you're new to my channel and you appreciated this reading, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, go to my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com.